Welcome, cooks. Today we're making bread machine triple berry jam. So we do this series called the Aldi Chef where we use Aldi food and equipment. So today we have an Aldi recipe. We have the brand new Aldi bread machine. This is an Ambiano. It came out last week on the Isle of Shame, and I picked one of these up. And I also grabbed their berry medley, and we're going to try out the jam function on this bread machine. So welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. So if you're new to Amy Learns to Cook, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button because it really helps support the show and allows us to continue to make videos. If you've been here for a while, you know that I kicked off this little series that I call the Aldi Chef because there's an aisle in Aldi that they always have like non-food items. So they have chainsaws, bug zappers, kitchen gear, and holiday, right? They have everything that you can think of on that aisle. Their kitchen gear is fun. There's a huge following. Everybody goes on Wednesdays when the Aldi Finds Isle of Shame's items come out, and everybody's filling up their carts and walking out in shame, right? It's not that what you buy is bad, and it's a shame that you bought it. It's a shame that you went in there like a rabid dog and filled up your cart and walked out with all this stuff, right?
Before you even bought any food.
Yeah, before you even bought food, you filled your cart up with kitchen stuff, decor, and chainsaws, right? So that's why it's sort of like the Aldi of shame. It's like how you feel after Black Friday. It's fun, but sort of that afterwards where you're like...
Reality hits you.
Yeah, I was an animal, right?
Like some bad aftertaste.
So... they have some fun stuff in there, and usually in the fall, a lot of the good kitchen stuff starts rolling out. The cast iron, new appliances. This came out, and it's a bread machine. And when I first got it, I was like, I want to try out an Aldi bread machine to see how it compares to any other kind of bread machine that I've used, right? My Zoe and my Breadman Ultimate. I did notice that this one does, in fact, have a jam setting. Not all bread machines have jam settings. This one does have a jam setting. So what's great about a jam setting on a bread machine is it pretty much will make two small mason jars full of jam. And you'll put your ingredients in here. You're going to put your fruit, your pectin, your sugar, and all that. You're going to let it go. And it's going to come out as to be this fruity liquid. You're going to put it in the jars. We're not going to can it. You're not going to can something for 2 jars, right? We're going to put it in the refrigerator, and it's like refrigerator jam. So it sets up overnight and becomes thick and jammy. And it's great. So we've made strawberry jam in a bread machine. We've made peach jam, and we've made raspberry jam, all in different kinds of bread machines. But since this one has a bread jam function, I wanted to try out Aldi and see how they can do, right? Today we're making it out of their...
Hi, this is the fact-checking police. I have to fact-check something on Amy. She says... when it lasts until the next day and it's nice and thick and yeah, that's if it makes it that long. Yeah. A lot of times it's hot. You just want to drink it straight out of the jar because it's tasty. So the word is if.
So we usually buy this berry mix at our club store called Triple Berry, and they have their version, Berry Medley. So it's strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. We're going to use this to make a triple berry. Actually, this is quadruple berry jam. And this is, since you're not canning it, you're going to put it in your refrigerator and you need to use it within a couple days. It's so delicious. People in your house will spoon it, right? You don't have to worry about it not being used. You technically could can it, but... So what I do is I do a low sugar version because a lot of jam, if you see on the back of your pectin, it'll say... 1 box of Sure Gel to 3 cups of sugar in a freezer jam and 4 cups of sugar for a cooked recipe. I don't use that. I use the low sugar version. It's more fruity. It's not so sweet. This is what I prefer. If you don't prefer it that way, then make it as you want to, right? It would use, 4 cups of sugar. We're going to use 1/4 of that. So let's go. Let's start making our jam. Okay, if you've never used a bread machine before, this is your pan. This is what you're going to make everything in, right? And inside the pan, there is this little paddle. This little paddle comes out like this. You need to make sure you put this in there. Because I've made bread and I forgot to put the paddle in there. And then I put it in the bread machine. It was just like, meow, 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 right? It was making like a lot of weird noises. Okay, so we want 4 to 5 cups of our berries here.
Ooh, what brand of Irish dish is that?
Anchor Hawking.
Ooh, who are they?
They're Anchor Hawking.
Are they a supplier, an OEM supplier to Aldi?
No. I got this at Walmart. Aldi probably has had these before. I didn't get one. Woo! I just cut a big hole in this bag. So we're going to go ahead, fill this baby up. Only thing about this is when we buy it at our club store, we get a way bigger bag. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. That's 4 cups. Should I go 5? I'll go 5, 4.5. Woo! Sugar. So I'm doing 1 cup of sugar. So as you might be able to tell, Aldi Chef, I use as much equipment and food as I possibly can. Aldi carries sugar, and you can get sugar there. I don't buy my sugar at Aldi because I buy only pure cane sugar. And if it's not labeled pure cane, you're assuming that it isn't pure cane. So you can do a lot of research on the difference between non-pure cane and pure cane sugar. One major difference is if it's not pure cane, it's probably made from beets, sugar beets. And most sugar beets, if not every single sugar beet left, is GMO. And cane is not. So I choose to use cane sugar. Aldi, if you're ever watching this, get it together on the sugar front, right? We want pure cane. So I'm using the Sure Gel Pectin. This is a low sugar pectin. This is what I use in my bread machine jam. And with this recipe, I use half a package. You can weigh it out if you would like, or you can just dump it, as I do. And then we have enough for another batch. And then I also just give it a pinch of salt to grow on. Okay, into the machine. So into the bread machine we go. And crank it down. So one way is cranked off and one way is cranked down. We're going to go and close it up. So the way these menus work, they tell you the cycle number we're going to jam, which is cycle 17. So we're going to go ahead and it's going to give you the times for each cycle. An hour and 20 minutes. This couldn't be easier, right? We're going to hit start. And you won't hear much at first because it has to heat up. So what these bread machines do is they basically heat everything up and boil it. And they stir it, and they're going to stir it for a good hour. And all that fruit's going to break down, and it's going to be ready to go in your jars. So when this cycle is over, we'll be back to pour them into our mason jars. So the jam is done. We're going to go ahead and get it out of the bread machine. Woo! Woo hoo hoo hoo. So this is what it looks like in here. It's nice and syrupy and jammy, right? So we need to put it in some mason jars. And we're going to go ahead and pour this into our mason jars. And we do have chunks of berries in there. Woo!
Ooh.
So this makes exactly 2 jars. So it looks pretty amazing in there. I'm just going to really quick wipe up this mess that I made here on the edge of the jar. And we're going to let these cool. And once they cool enough, I'm going to be putting these lids on it, and we're going to be putting them in the fridge. I want them to cool down some level before I put this lid on. Then I'll put the lids on, I'll put them in the fridge. We will be back tomorrow to taste this jam. Okay, it is the next day, and our jam has set up in the fridge. Ooh.
Ooh.
So what's going to be interesting is when we open this, it's going to pop like this. This lid sealed itself, yeah. Just like I canned it. So here is our jam. And it gelled up really nice. Look at that.
Bring it closer to us, Boo-Boo, so we can look at it.
Bring it to me, my pretty. It's tart. There's still chunks of fruit in there.
But what you don't taste is all this corn syrup masking the flavor.
Yeah. It's not super sweet, like, so sweet that it's getting rid of that tartness of the berries. So I have my little Aldi pumpkin platter here with a bagel. Not Aldi's. Non-Aldi bagel. I could have used some Aldi bread. I have some.
But we are using Aldi butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Aldi butter.
But it's not an Aldi knife, though.
No. Whoop. Got a little crazy there. Whoa, look at that. Now that is jam. Fruit spread.
Mm-hmm.
It's thicker than your average jam. You want one, Boo?
Maybe. Thank you.
You're welcome. So here's our jam. So good. Really, the tart berries.
You can actually taste the berries.
Mm-hmm. It's not like, jelly is made of juice. Jam is made of fruit. But sometimes you wonder, because you eat mass-produced jam and there's hardly any chunks of fruit in there, you wonder if it's mostly
Sugar to the
jelly, sugar, and a little chunk of, like, strawberry here now. Very, very nice. Aldi bread machine. So, wow, that's fantastic. So a lot of people ask me when I got this, does it have a jam setting? Yes, it does. And we proved it because we made some beautiful jam out of Aldi berry medley. We're going to call this mixed berry jam. It's fantastic. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It will be up on my website. And if you have this bread machine or any bread machine that has a jam function, try it, because once you start eating this fresh jam, it's very hard to go and eat grocery store jam because it just doesn't have what this does. Thanks for joining me. Yeah,
Go Aldi.